Hey, what's going on, everybody? Denny Directo here. Thank you for joining us for a special live version of the Daily Denny. With me, we were so lucky to be graced by the presence of E.T.'s own Keltie Knight.
I can't believe I'm on Daily Denny.
This is a big deal.
I feel like I was on Vogue yesterday for what I wore to the SAG Awards, but that doesn't matter anymore because now I'm on Daily Denny and like my wishes are true. Thanks for inviting me.
You know what? Thank you for being here. Say hello to the internet.
Internet, I love this man so much.
Oh my God,
and we just came up with the greatest idea ever. We're gonna make mugs that when you put them full of hot drinks, his hair goes up, and then when you have no drink, the hair goes down.
Don't you guys want some Daily Denny merch? I think you should have it. Yeah. Anyways, besides my merch and my brand, we are here to talk about the SAG Awards that happened last night, and we are lucky to have Keltie here because last night you were on the red carpet. It was so much fun, a lot of glitz, a lot of glam. I don't think anyone had more fun than you on the red carpet.
I had the best time of my life. I mean, I'm on the giant E.T. golden gilded stage. Yeah. The stars literally wait in line to come talk to E.T. They're just like, oh, you're not available? Okay, I'll just wait. And you're like, okay, I'll try to hurry. And everyone came up. Everyone was in such a good mood. I mean, there was, of course, those undertones of like everything that's going on in Hollywood lately. But I think people were like, I'm gonna wear a color, I'm gonna live my best life, and like I'm gonna have fun tonight.
It was a little more freewheeling, a little fun, and you're ready to catch and receive. Like it was so much fun to watch. You know, we're actually gonna break down all those fashion looks in just a minute, so stick around, and of course we'll be getting your guys' comments right here to this iPad. But first, I want to talk about some of Keltie's red carpet interviews because one, they were fire. Two, you know, normally at these things we're trying to pull news out of people.
Yes.
In the case of Allison and Janney, you actually broke news to her.
Yes. So one of the things that was kind of happening while I was on the car on the way to the SAG Awards was that this Olivia Munn Anna Faris thing had been going on, and I was getting updates. So one of our main things was like, oh, let's get like Allison Janney, who is of course on Mom with Anna Faris, to talk about it. So when I asked her about it, she had no idea what was going on. Yeah. So I said to her, so I had to go, what had happened was, Allison. So basically, let me tell you what happened. So basically, we had an eyewitness see Olivia Munn and Chris Pratt on a romantical date at Craig's.
A little PDA film.
Things were going on. People saw them together hanging out. Then they were at a party, and Allison and Janney was actually at that party. So they were all hanging out. Then, of course, the rumor mill started. Olivia Munn and Chris Pratt are an item. Maybe it was just a first date. It's too early to say they're an item. We don't know.
Well, you know this town.
Yeah, exactly. They were seen together, they're dating. So then Olivia Munn, I guess, felt weird about it. So she texted Anna Faris because they're friends, and she was like, hey, girl, like, I don't usually like fall into tabloid fodder, but you know, I just want to let you know that the rumors are 100% not true, and like I would never say anything, but I know you, I want to be cool, which I thought was like ultimate girl move. Girl move,
and then she shared that text. She shared a screenshot.
So then Anna Faris writes back and she's like, listen, it would have been totally cool. I would have loved to have you as a sister-in-law. Like, they're like best buddies. They're using all kinds of colorful emojis. Everything was good. Yeah. And I think it was really cool. And then they shared it so we can all stop talking about it, except that we're talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Allison and Janney had no clue about it, but she had the best response to that whole situation. We actually have it for you guys here. Take a look.
Kristen and Anna, from my point of view, they still love and respect each other very much. So I think she would be happy for him to find someone, and she has found someone. So they're just lovely people, and Olivia's a lovely person too. So I'm glad they didn't let a tabloid or whatever. I don't know who put that out, but I'm glad they put out the fire before it got out of hand.
I love how much Anna and Allison, after working together on Mom, just like rep each other.
They're
like she's got her back.
Best friends.
Big
reputation.
Big reputation.
Oh, you and me, we got big reputation.
You know what? I said we needed to perform during this live, and it's happening.
It's right at the beginning.
Moving right along to some other dating fodder.
Yes.
Madeline Brewer of Handmaid's Tale was spotted on a date, or excuse me, I should say dinner. Yeah. On dinner with Nick Jonas, and you actually asked her about it.
100% I asked her about it. First of all, she looked gorgeous at the SAG Awards. She's so beautiful, and I was like, well, I can see why Nick Jonas asked you out, girl. So I asked her about it, and do we have the clip, or do I need to tell you?
We have this out right here.
Okay, well, here you go. This is what she said.
Saying little headlines about you lately. So what's happening? Are you dating Nick or what?
No. We ate food across from each other.
Okay. So that in Hollywood, that's a date.
I guess so. But it was he's really nice. He's a nice guy.
It was just not official, but a fun time.
No, we're friends.
He's cute though.
He's adorable. Yeah. I mean, that's just like objectively. Yeah, he's a cute guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
good. Don't quote her. It's just objectively.
No, like he's a really nice guy. We're friends.
Keltie night going
See
for
how
it.
nervous she was?
Yeah.
It was definitely on. And
I was gonna say, what do you
Nick
think?
Jonas dates a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, like, Nick Jonas is not scared about asking a Hollywood starlet out to a date.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's not official, but they were on a date. There was a giant wine glass.
You can see how nervous she was. I'm glad you just went for it, though.
No.
But, keep an eye on those two is what I'm saying, Nick and Madeline, right?
100%. I like them together.
I know, I do like them.
I think
She's
they'd be kinda
gorgeous. During that clip, we were talking about how pretty she looks.
Makes her face. I'm like,
So
can I
good.
trade everything with you, please?
Oh,
Thanks.
and that ear cuff? Okay,
Yeah.
fashion later. Fashion's coming up.
Yeah.
But first, guys, I just had to share this moment with you with Keltie and Goldie Hawn and Kate Hudson. It was a real fashion moment, a real bonding moment between these three.
It was.
Take a look.
I'm feeling like I could be in the color story of the Vogue layout of us.
It's true.
Like if we were like, I'll be the other daughter, and like I'll just.
That's exactly
This is very whatever, right?
We are.
Okay, you know what? I quit. I gotta go to Vogue shoot. Bye.
I mean, I told you, she had the most fun at the set.
I had the most fun ever. Kate Hudson's dress was insane, and she came up, and I was like, oh God, okay, good.
Yeah.
Ruffles and pink is gonna be, because whatever she wears, she's always on the best dress list.
Right, 100%.
So like, I had kind of a ridiculous dress on too with a lot of ruffle and pink.
yeah.
And I was like, I'm safe.
Yeah.
Okay, good. They're gonna put us together. Ruffles and pink was a trend.
Kate Hudson wore a ruffled and pink dress. I wore a ruffled and
and
pink
now
dress.
I'm on Daily Denny.
And
I'm
now you're on-
unstoppable.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
your year.
No, but she's really funny. And the funniest part that you didn't see in that is that when she came up, I said to Kate, I was talking about her dress, and I was like, oh my God, would you give it? Because it was just eye-dropping, you know? And then Goldie's sitting there, and she goes, I'm also wearing a dress. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And she's like, I picked this dress because, and she was like, I need my attention too. So the two of them together, it is like, whew.
The apple does not fall far from the tree.
100%.
Right there. Now, speaking of Kate's look, we want to talk about the fashion now, you guys. Obviously, after the blackout at the Golden Globes, you know, where all these stars wore black in solidarity, at the SAG Awards, it was way more free-wheeling, a little fun. You saw some shimmer. You
Yes.
saw some color.
I learned some things. So first of all, there was a lot of very artsy dresses.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes people go real sexy. This was like everyone came to play with like an artisanal moment.
It was so fun.
Spray tan is out.
Yep.
Everyone was pale. Everyone was like living their chic life. Kate Hudson was in the Valentino dress.
Yes.
What you didn't probably notice at home is that it was pink, it was fluttered, it had the belt, it had the neck. The polka dots on it were actually hearts, and each one of those hearts was velvet.
Yeah.
So it added to like a whole nother level of I mean, this dress is ridiculous. I love it.
No,
With that little pixie cut, I love it.
I have to say, I feel like that look was a little polarizing online, but it totally works with her hair. Her makeup was flawless, and I feel like anyone else maybe wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to pull that off, but Kate Hudson, ace.
She's the Nicole Kidman Gucci peacock dress,
100%.
parent dress of this year.
It's very her. She's so bubbly and fun
Yeah,
and
she don't
loving.
care.
Like, that was her.
She's like, I'm
That's
doing
perfect.
Pilates, like, I'm good.
She's obsessed with Pilates. I think she even told you that she
Yeah.
credits her mom for that lifelong passion for
Yeah.
Pilates. They both look good.
Okay.
Aging backwards. All right, moving on to Reese Witherspoon and Zach Posen. I love this dress on her because of the color. And I gotta say, I'm not sure we've ever seen this kind of cut or silhouette on her, but it just seems like such a Reese Witherspoon gown. What did you think?
Like, if I wore this dress and I was a bridesmaid in a wedding, I would be like, I don't know about this color and this print. And then when Reese Witherspoon wears it, I'm like, God, she's beautiful.
I
Like,
love
I
it.
loved it. I thought she was so beautiful. And she said, she was Zach Posen, and she said, you know, it was really important to her to support designers that had supported the Time's Up movement. So he had
100%.
donated, and so she wore Zach Posen, and it was beautiful. And also, can I just tell the people at home watching?
Tell him.
Like, Reese Witherspoon in person is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, you have not experienced this kind of beauty
Yeah.
in your life. When you're this close to her, you're like, do you have a pore? No. Is your skin perfect? Like, she's just, like, she is Elle Woods. I just love
And
her.
not only does she look that good, but she's just like us because she actually shared a little Instagram
Yes.
story prepping for the big night, for the red carpet, and she's eating freaking French fries for dinner, guys. Like, only Reese Witherspoon will be getting her makeup done. Like, she's about to squeeze into a Zach Posen dress, and she's just downing some French
Just
fries.
having some fries. She had to carb up.
She told you
it's
that,
a
right?
long night. She
Yeah.
had to carb up, and I appreciate that
You
about her.
cannot blame her for
When you're
carving
that
up.
beautiful, you can just, you know.
And it's a long night. It's a
It is
long
a long
freaking
night.
night. All right, one of your favorites, Margot Robbie in yes. Go ahead, go crazy. Fangirl over Margot. What is she wearing?
Okay, Margot Robbie is so beautiful. She's wearing Miu Miu, and I just like, okay, she's so effortless.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell some of the women of Hollywood, they really have to try. I feel like Margot was like, oh my God, I'll go get coffee with my friend and then I'll put on this dress with feathers and I'll just go. Like, she never looks overdone. Like, her hair is so effortless. Like, I tried to do my hair like that today. It didn't work out the same. But I love the high waist. It's kind of like with the feathers. And I just think this is like, she's having her moment. She hasn't been winning for I, Tonya, even though she was so fabulous. But she's like, I don't care because I am the most beautiful person on the planet.
Well, that is such a proud moment because she's also an executive producer of the movie. So she's like, I'm going to show up and turn out. And also, you're a showgirl, so I know you love those feathers.
No, it was awesome. And there was actually a lot of like feather detail and like accoutrements last night. You know?
All right, let's move on to our girl, Mary J. Blige. She's also having such an amazing year, of course, being recognized for her acting. She rocked a designer I've never heard of, Jean-Louis Sabaji.
Yes.
You guys, and look at her.
Look at her body.
Look at her body.
She is like dripping in this dress. She told me it was so tight she couldn't walk in it.
Of course.
She had like a platform shoe that was like at least 6 inches on, but she knows she looks good. Like she was so confident. But I love the way the white, like this is a great lesson for ladies. Like you do a big accoutrement on the top and then that simple black, I mean, her little champagne glass body is just dripping in that. See, she's having a hard time walking because look at the shoes. Do you see the shoes? She's like, I cannot walk in this dress.
That's what you don't see on TV is that part in between the poses.
And
you know,
people might, people might not know she's styled by La Roche, who styles Zendaya, Demi Lovato, and Celine Dion. So they like live for a red carpet moment.
And that was a moment. And you know what? That's another person who told me that she is dieting this award season, but she's ready to eat. She told you like, I'm gonna go.
Well, you got a few weeks left, girl.
That's true, right? Tomorrow, Oscar nomination. She might have to keep that diet going for a couple weeks more. All right, I want to talk about Mandy Moore because girl looked flawless. In a word, flawless last night. She was wearing custom Ralph Lauren in this like cobalt blue number, but I loved everything about this look. The hair, the makeup. Like, I don't know what that lip is. I'm sure it was some concoction.
What is that lip?
Doesn't it look good?
Ask?
Let's find out.
I think Jen Stryker does her makeup in Hollywood. We need a how-to Hollywood on this look,
We do need a
please.
how-to Hollywood, exactly. I'm shook on this. Like, she looks amazing.
She's so, again, it's like she's so effortless. Now, people at home might not realize Mandy Moore is really tall. I think she's like 5'8". So she has like a supermodel body. You know, she's really tall, so she can wear these just like, I'm just going to throw on a slip dress and go, which I love.
I bet it was so comfy on her, too.
She just looked so happy. And man, are we happy for This Is Us winning, right?
I love This Is Us.
I was in my living room. By the time I got home from the red carpet, I was in my living room just in time to watch it. And I was like, yeah! And my husband's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm just so happy for them. He's like, you're stupid.
And listen, I don't think Mandy has gotten enough recognition for her performance in This Is Us, so I was happy to see her at least get rewarded with the ensemble last night. In fact, speaking of the ensemble, the girls of This Is Us turned it out together. This is apparently unplanned, but they all wore the same kind of blue, the 3 women leads in This Is Us. That's them right there. They say it wasn't planned, but that's kind of like a on-the-nose coincidence there. What do you think?
I mean, it's insane that all 3 of them wore, but this is a great power color, you know? And what happens sometimes in the designer world is that a color becomes really popular. Like everyone, all the designers are doing yellow, and the fabrics, like way back at the beginning of the chain, like these kinds of silks and stuff are being shown, and so every designer makes a dress in this color. But the weird thing is that Chrissy Metz's dress was not Kate Hudson, Kate Spade, custom. So they would have had to make that. It wouldn't even have been on a rack. And so I don't know.
And then, Mandy's was custom too. So I'm just wondering if the stylists are texting each other, like what color you're wearing. I don't know. They said it wasn't planned. Mandy said it wasn't planned.
They're like Destiny's Child. Like each one of them had a different like top part of the dress.
But again, I feel like when you're going from wearing black at the Golden Globes, you're going to pick like a power color, and why not go with blue?
Who's the Beyonce of the...
I'm not answering that. I mean...
Mandy's probably the Beyonce.
Yeah. I love that.
Who's the Kelly?
I have not.
Okay, we're moving on.
Oh wait, Dee Dee here says I need more Mandy Moore in custom electric blue Ralph Lauren. Don't we all? Don't we all?
She's beautiful, and I really like one of the things. It's an interesting makeup thing on Mandy. So her eyeshadow goes right from her eyeline all the way up to her eyebrow. That's like a very like late 80s, early 90s thing. And on her, it looks so beautiful. That's like, instead of the smoky eye, do you see how like shadowy it is?
There's like a little blue there, right?
Yeah, it plays in with her beautiful hair. And like, I want to make all the ladies at home feel better.
Right.
I'm 99% would believe most of that hair is not Mandy Moore's hair.
That's fair.
So don't feel bad about your blowout when you go to the whatever bar you go to and get your blowout and you're like, oh my God, I don't look like that. That's because she's got like all kinds of pieces in there.
You can
stuff.
too.
Yeah, just go to the store, buy some hair, you'll be fine. Hollywood Secrets.
A slick back hairdo last night was from Kristen Bell. She was our host of the night, and she had multiple looks last night, but the one that she hit the red carpet in was a J. Mendel. And I think I freaking love Kristen Bell, but I thought this was a very classic, like, pretty look. A little safe, but it worked for her.
This is so, okay.
Say
Kristen Bell, you are amazing.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with you. I thought she might do something a little more fun.
Okay.
She's like the hostess with the mostest. It's a SAG Awards, it's part. This to me is like an Oscars gown, but I love the color. She looks beautiful. I will tell everyone that before the show, you know, usually the host will come and do some interviews with some outlets and stuff.
Right.
She didn't do any, and people were like, she's just so nervous. She like can't, she has to go study her notes and whatever. So that's very sweet. I thought she looked beautiful. I thought it was a little formal for the SAG party, but then she killed it on the when she did the show.
Oh my
she
God.
had all kinds of...
We have one of those photos. And she wore a couple custom Reem Acras and then
Yeah.
also a Yanina couture gown. But yeah, they were black and really beautiful.
And she went like for a little more party inside.
Yeah, it was a party inside.
It was a party.
fun.
It's a lot of pressure when you're the host.
The first ever.
Yes, and then also it's like, so in the past, Golden Globes, all the women usually wore sparkles, and then SAGs was color, and then Oscars is like ball gown ridiculous extreme. So with the Golden Globes going black, it really kind of created, there wasn't really a trend of the night. People didn't really know what to wear.
Exactly, but I think that's actually made it for way more fun and easy on the eye carpet, you know what I mean? Because people took risks. Like you only see that kind of shimmer in the color at the Grammys.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But yeah, Kristen Bell actually made history last night. She was the first SAG Awards host ever, the first to do it. But there's actually a couple history makers last night we want to talk about, including Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who won her 8th and 9th SAG Award for Veep last night as part of the ensemble, and of course her leading comedic performance. She now has the most SAG Awards of any actor in SAG Awards history. JLD, I fangirl for you. I love you.
No, it's crazy. And when you see her cast, of course, she's been battling breast cancer.
Yeah.
She's just finished chemotherapy, and she couldn't be there. She was watching in her PJs, which is very sweet. When you talk to her cast, you can tell that she's such a leader, that people really love her. She really is the captain of that ship.
Yeah.
And we kind of missed her yesterday,
Totally.
seeing her energy and everything. So, but of course, we're sending her well wishes. And it was cool because the cast was there, and they finally won too, and it had been a minute. And so it was great.
It was a good moment, and you know what? I did miss Julia Louis-Dreyfus last night because she always has such funny speeches, and it's kind of hard to believe that there's only one more season of Veep, and it's it. But something tells me we're going to be seeing her for a long time. So.
And also some of the cast told me that they are not against a spin-off.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
I'm ready
I was
for
like,
it.
we love a spin-off in Hollywood. We'll spin things like 5 or 6 times until they're totally dead.
If not now, we'll see you in 10 years, Veep.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Sterling K. Brown of This Is Us also made history last night. He was the first black man to win the SAG Award for Best Actor in a Drama Series for This Is Us.
Yeah.
And also the cast won for Best Ensemble. And here's what happened to Sterling right after that moment.
They called us. We looked around at each other, and we were like, this is happening. I ripped my jacket.
You did on that?
Oh, I totally ripped my jacket. I think I sweated through my shirt. It's right there.
It's right there.
It's right
Boom.
there. I know. No chill. Like, sorry to Mr. Armani for ripping your clothes, but...
That, by the way, that only happens when you're jacked. You've been working it when you hit the gym a little bit.
That will never happen to me. Like, I'll never...
Right, I did not have that problem.
Yeah, no, I'll never Hulk out of my clothes.
You also won't ever be carrying 2 SAG Awards. Or
That's
maybe
also
you
true.
are. Dream big, Denny.
You know what? You're right.
Daily Denny.
You know what? This is my year, guys. This is my year.
Can I just like give a shout out to Sterling
please.
K. Brown? Okay. There are people in Hollywood that are so talented. He's beyond talented.
So good.
He is the nicest man. Like, I think that's why everyone is so happy for him when he wins. Like, he's always winning stuff. He's that good. But it's like, he came up and he was like, oh, hey, Keltie. And he had Tom Ford sunglasses on. I was like, you rocking those Tom Fords? Like, thanks for noticing. I mean, he's just like a good time guy.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's like a total jerk when he gets home or something, because like, how are you that nice all the time?
Something tells me he is not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just so lovable, so charming, and you're right, freaking talented. I haven't seen a man do the single cry tears that well in a very, very long time.
Take me to the church.
And then he's gonna be in Black Panther. I know you asked him, you're like, I can't get tickets.
I know.
I
asked his wife, I was like, can you get tickets? She's like, well, I got a ticket, but like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, fine. Like, it's insane.
Sterling is here now.
And also, how did Jack die?
Oh, man.
Like, that's the most important thing.
You know what? The cast actually gave us some secrets on that death.
Yeah.
And that's up at etonline.com. So make sure you guys go check it out.
The batteries!
The batteries of the smoke detector. Well, Kel, that's all we have
That's
time
all we
for.
have.
Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. You guys, there's plenty more tonight on ET. They're breaking down the fashion, what you didn't see on TV.
I have a very exciting thing to tell
us.
everyone to
Oh my
tune
God,
in to.
please.
Okay, so tune in to ET tonight on TV. So what we did is we had a lot of celebrity couples there yesterday.
Oh my God, yeah.
And we asked them how they first met, which is weird that it is not out public, like public knowledge. We have the sweetest stories about how these celebrities first met or when they first saw them.
Sterling was one of them.
Oh
Him
my
and his
God,
wife.
it is like
Relationship
if you
goals.
like a rom-com, Entertainment Tonight rom-com is happening on the show tonight, so please tune in.
Absolutely. And of course, you guys, there's plenty more SAG Awards coverage over at etonline.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure you guys watch us next week because we're going to be recapping the Grammy Awards. Our
Daily
favorite.
Denny, this was such a pleasure.
Such a pleasure. Keltie, thank you so
Yo,
much.
bruh.
Oh, what? All right, guys, love you so much. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new Daily Denny.